As I kind of expected, over time this would evolve. And when I first started it, the plan was to really focus on creating online products. But as we are looking at reopening up the gym, I have felt like I've been under a lot of pressure to try and prioritize what's most important, and that means reprioritizing. Although I know a lot of times people, their version of reprioritizing just means getting bored of one thing and chasing something new. And so obviously I don't want to do that. And so, but at the end of the day, I do have a physical location that needs to be taken care of, and we are preparing to open. It looks like right now on the 18th is the earliest we can reopen, and I need to make sure that I am all prepared there instead of trying to make $3 on online products. I'm still very excited to work on the online products. However, right now, the focus is getting the gym up to going. Now, I will say over the weekend, I didn't really do anything to prepare. And then on Monday, I hung out with a buddy, and it got me behind. And then Tuesday, I was feeling pretty overwhelmed with how much stuff there is to do and did not do a lot. So I definitely have had the last few days I've been a little behind, and part of it too, and this is something as Sarah and I have been talking about, sometimes like when you're consuming stuff, you're consuming knowledge, it can almost create anxiety about actually taking action. Like maybe it's not the consumption of knowledge does, but there's something about not taking action that over time you become more anxious. It like turns the actions into a mountain that you have to overcome. And so it gets harder and harder. It's sort of like working out. I always compare it to spinning plates. When you're working out every day, you love working out. And so you look forward to every workout. And then if you miss a week, it's a little bit harder. And if you miss a few more days, it gets a little bit harder. And pretty soon that first day back is really hard, and you have to slowly get the plate spinning again. So it's kind of the same with taking action on things. And I guess consuming knowledge isn't bad in and of itself. In fact, it's actually really good. However, if it distracts from taking action on that knowledge, and so on Monday I hung out with my buddy, and it was great, and I could have done a lot of work when we were done. But there was right now all the ads Facebook has my number, and so all the ads I get hit with are things where I'm like, it's only like $20 and I can get this, like how to do this and how to do that. And so I'm like, oh, I need to get that. And so I end up buying all this stuff for real cheap that's supposed to have all this, and it's good stuff. There's some stuff, I got something for free that is like, it might like take my sales skills to the next level. It's really good stuff. It's just that I get into this consumption mode. And so, and that's not 100%. I'm not just like in one phase or the other. I am knocking stuff out that needs to be done, but I definitely have taken my foot off the gas, which is something I really don't want to do. And it was kind of nice. I was listening to a podcast, Sarah and I were on the way home, that was talking all about taking action and the importance of focusing on how one skill applies in that moment. Because if you, we were joking that we were trying to come up with an analogy, and we said it's kind of like an apple, where if somebody hands you apples and you just put them on the ground and expect them to grow because you don't need them right now, and you expect them to turn into trees, nothing's going to happen. Well, that's sort of like knowledge that comes in that you don't do anything with. You just think, oh, I'll store that in the back of my head, and then it goes bad and nothing happens. The seeds, when the apple rots, the seeds just sit on top of the ground until they burn up and get killed by the sun. I don't know if that's how it works, but they don't go into the ground.
Farmer Dan.
This is being a jerk. Anyway, or the other, let's see how our neighbor over there is. Anyway, so the other thing is you can eat the apple, and now the seeds you can plant in the ground. Okay, Or if you're an animal, you eat the apple and then you poop out the seeds. Sarah didn't like that analogy as much. But anyway, that's the way it's designed. That's the way fruit is designed to be, to grow new trees, is you eat the fruit and then you poop out the seeds and that grows new trees. Well, it's like information. If you do something with it, if you eat the fruit, if you find a way to apply it to your life immediately, then those seeds go into the ground. So maybe you're not able to use the full knowledge, but you're never going to go back and open up your notebook and look at it and go, oh yeah, there was a time I learned that thing. You're not going to do that. The only way you're going to remember what you learned is by applying it right away, and then later on down in your life you'll have absorbed that knowledge in such a way that maybe you'll draw from it again in the future. So that's how you plant those trees, is you find a way to use that knowledge now. And one of the things getting into that consumption problem is that you feel like you're learning, but you're not actually doing anything with the knowledge, so it just becomes knowledge that you forget. Anyway, my whole point wasn't to rattle on about that stuff, because I already did in a different thing on Facebook. But it's just to talk about where I've been. Give me 3 more minutes. All right. So just talk about kind of the headspace I've been in and the need to get myself out of that and to take action. And I'll tell you, the easiest way out of overwhelm and anxiety and feeling in that consumption, I need to learn more, is action. I started really taking action yesterday, and I told Sarah, I was like, I feel so good right now. And then today as well, I'm taking action on getting things done. And I just feel like, I'm like, man, the ball is rolling. When this whole pandemic hit, I was holding myself to spending $100 a day on ads. And this is something I got from one of my mentors, is you never take your foot off the gas on ads. You always, every day, you spend at least $50 a day, even if you don't have good ads, even if your ads aren't converting, because as long as you do that, the pressure, the anxiety of wasting all that money will force you to keep figuring out how to improve the ads and make them work. However, when the pandemic hit, I needed to do a lot of internal work, and I wasn't just going to waste money that I didn't know if we even were going to need it right away. So I turned off ads because I didn't really have a good service to deliver right then. I was trying to figure out how are we going to adapt to this situation, and I turned off ads. And the other thing that I had was I had been tracking my stats every day, and that kind of fell off because the main stats I was in charge of were our ads, and so that fell off. So I'm re-kicking on all these things. I also had a trainer, I had a sales guy, a full-time sales guy, and I was meeting with him every day and helping to train him. So that was also forcing me. I had accountability there, and then I had to get him leads because I was paying him, and so he needed to be doing something. So now that we no longer have a sales guy, we haven't been running ads. We don't really have. I don't know. We don't really have ads going, and I don't have anybody to hold me accountable to tracking stats. I don't have stats that I've been tracking. I've sort of gone back and said, okay, I need to get back to that routine. So as far as stats tracking, Sarah is helping hold me accountable. Every day we're going through the stats. We've done it for 3 days so far. And then I just put on new ads today. The ads are for a trainer, to hire a trainer. I want to try and find a full-time trainer or 2 part-time trainers to really take the gym to the next level, because I want to re-envision the gym and go, I don't want knowledge I've acquired over 10 years to a brand new. And so I've just started some ads for hiring, and then I'm going to also set a goal here shortly to get 1 sales call every single day. All right, I'm going to end it right now. Bye-bye.